Have you ever caught yourself thinking, why don't I enjoy being around people like I used to? If that question hit a little close to home, you're not alone. Many of us, especially as we get older, start pulling back from social gatherings, even ones we once loved. And it's not bitterness or loneliness that drives this change. It's something deeper, something wise. Today, we're diving into 6 powerful reasons why you might be stepping away from people more often, and why that shift is completely normal and even healthy. These insights come straight from real-life experiences, psychology, and conversations with people who've walked this path before. If this feels familiar and you'd like to explore more content like this, videos that speak to your heart, your wisdom, and your journey, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell so you never miss a new upload. Your support means the world, and it helps us keep creating meaningful content for people like you. Let's begin. Reason number 1, the weight of past betrayals. As we age, we carry more than memories, we carry scars. Some are small, like passing disagreements. Others run deep, moments when we opened our hearts only to be hurt, dismissed, or forgotten. Over time, those wounds shape how we see the world and who we let in. Take Chloe, an 81-year-old woman who used to host weekend dinners without fail. Her house was full of laughter, music, and conversation. But over the years, some friends drifted away. One broke her trust. Another vanished after her husband passed. It wasn't one big betrayal, it was a slow stream of heartaches. Today, she chooses solitude, not because she dislikes people, but because peace matters more to her now than appearances. There's a kind of quiet armor that forms with age. It may not always feel soft or comforting, but it feels necessary. You begin to guard your energy, your heart, and your time. Not out of coldness, but out of wisdom. Because experience teaches us that not everyone deserves access to our inner world. Second reason, craving peace over idle chatter. In your younger years, you might have tolerated small talk just to fill the silence. But now, that kind of conversation doesn't satisfy anymore. It drains you. Silence no longer feels uncomfortable, it feels healing. Meet Henry, a former salesman who used to thrive on interaction. These days, he skips big family events unless he truly feels ready. When asked why, he says simply, "I'm done talking just to fill the air." He's not avoiding people, he's choosing meaning. Sincerity. Quiet moments where he doesn't have to perform. As we grow older, we seek fewer but deeper connections. We want conversations that matter, real, unfiltered, grounded. And if we can't find them, many of us would rather spend the evening with a book and a warm drink than surround ourselves with voices that leave us feeling more alone than before. That's not withdrawal. That's growth. Third reason, feeling misunderstood by others. Ever felt like the world has moved on without you? Like people don't really listen anymore? For many older adults, this isn't about being ignored. It's about feeling invisible. Ella, a retired teacher in her late 70s, used to love telling stories to her younger relatives. But now they rarely ask questions. When she speaks, they smile politely and check their phones. It's not intentional disrespect. It's just a growing disconnect. Being in spaces where you're not truly heard starts to feel exhausting. So gradually, you choose your own company, not because it's better, but because it's safer. You know how deeply you feel, how much wisdom you carry. But when others stop seeing it, it's easier to stop offering it. Psychologists call this emotional invalidation, when your feelings are quietly dismissed or minimized. And it affects many of us more than we talk about. But here's the truth, your voice still holds meaning. Just because others fail to hear you doesn't mean you've lost value. You've simply outgrown certain conversations. Fourth reason, fear of being a burden. As we age, there's a quiet worry that creeps in, not of illness or death, but of being a weight on the people we love. You don't want to disturb someone's packed schedule. You don't want to ask for help, even when you need it most. Herbert, an 84-year-old widower, used to visit his daughter's family every weekend. As his mobility worsened, he started saying no more often. "I don't want them reshaping their lives around me," he said. "They've got careers, children. I'll just be in the way." This fear comes from care, from self-respect, from wanting to be loved freely, not out of obligation. But the truth is, those who love you want to be there for you. They might not always express it well, but your presence will never be seen as a burden. Still, the fear remains. And sometimes, staying away feels easier than facing the discomfort of depending on others. Fifth reason, old relationships naturally fade. Some friendships don't end in arguments or goodbyes, they simply drift apart. Life tugs people in different directions. Priorities shift. And before you know it, the people who filled your schedule are no longer part of your everyday rhythm. Victoria, a 73-year-old woman, used to walk weekly with her best friend from high school. Over time, those walks became monthly, then yearly, then stopped altogether. There was no fight, just a quiet understanding that the connection had faded. Friendships formed during shared seasons, raising kids, working side by side, living next door, often don't last when those seasons change. And as you move further into later life, you may find yourself surrounded by people who no longer match who you're becoming. That's not a loss. It's progress. And sometimes what you need most is space, to breathe, to pause, to exist as you are. Sixth reason, finding joy in your own company. At a certain point in life, you stop chasing company and start cherishing solitude, not from hurt, not from emptiness, but because you've discovered something rare and beautiful. Your own presence is enough. James, an 82-year-old man who once thrived on being the center of attention, now finds greater joy sitting quietly on his porch watching birds than hosting large gatherings. When asked if he ever feels lonely, he laughs and says, "I've got enough memories in my head to keep me busy for days." What he's found isn't loneliness. It's peace. A rhythm that's softer but richer, a life that's less noisy but more meaningful. You no longer feel the urge to justify your choices or be constantly available. And that's not detachment. That's insight. Solitude becomes a refuge, a place where you recover, where your thoughts grow, where your truest self can finally breathe. So, which of these reasons spoke to you the most today? Maybe it was the quiet fading of old friendships. Or perhaps it was realizing that your need for peace no longer needs justification. Whatever it was, I hope it reminded you of something essential. You're not falling apart. You're transforming. Pulling back from others doesn't mean you're unfriendly or bitter. It might just mean you've grown wiser. You've walked through years of life, and those years have given you the right to be intentional, to protect your calm, to respect your own rhythm, and to seek meaning not in the crowd, but in the quiet certainty within. There's honor in being alone. There's power in knowing your limits. And there's true freedom in no longer feeling the need to prove your value through busyness or constant connection. If you found this video helpful, please take a moment to like it, share it with someone who might benefit, and of course, subscribe. Turning on the bell ensures you won't miss any future videos that speak directly to your life, your journey, and your wisdom. And if you're still with us, drop a comment below and tell us, what insight did you take away today? How will you carry it forward? We love reading your thoughts and hearing your stories. It's what keeps us inspired to create more content like this. Thanks so much for watching. And if you'd like to continue exploring this topic, check out our next video right here. Until next time, take care of yourself, and remember, your peace is worth protecting.